The moment that drew the loudest reaction from both sidelines came courtesy of rookie quarterback Caleb Williams and wide receiver Olamide Zakos. On what began as a routine dropback, Williams scanned the field, spotted Zakos breaking free down the sideline, and delivered a throw that traveled a good 35 to 40 yards in the air. Zakos caught it in stride, slipped past a diving defender, and raced the remaining yards for a 70-yard touchdown. It wasn't just the longest play of the day, it was the kind of timing, precision, and explosiveness Bears fans hope will become a regular sight in 2025. What's made Zakos stand out during camp isn't just his speed, it's his consistency. Every quarterback, especially a rookie, needs that one target who can find space even when the defense is draped over him. Zakos has been that guy, winning with quick releases off the line, sharp route cuts, and an ability to pick up yards after the catch. If you charted camp targets, Zakos might actually lead the team in first-team receptions from Williams. That chemistry is hard-earned. Whether it's short outs, slants, or deep posts, Zakos has become a security blanket for his rookie quarterback. Still, consistency has to extend beyond the receiver room. Williams himself had a reminder of how quickly momentum can turn. Only a few snaps before the deep ball touchdown, he airmailed a simple short drag route to tight end Cole Kmet, sailing it high and wide by several yards. It was the kind of mechanical lapse that can't happen in the regular season, especially on easy completions designed to keep the offense on schedule. Ben Johnson, in his typical straightforward manner, has acknowledged what fans can already see. The offense is improving but remains a work in progress. Since the start of camp, Williams has gotten sharper with reads, more decisive with throws, and better at commanding the huddle. But the new scheme is demanding. Routes are option-heavy, protections are complex, and the expectation for pre-snap recognition is high. Johnson compared it to when Jared Goff was first introduced to his system in Detroit. It took half a season before the offense truly clicked, and when it did, the Lions took off. Late in practice, two competitive scenarios put the offense to the test, one red zone drive and one 2-minute drill. Both ended without touchdowns. In the red zone period, a pass interference call in the end zone gave the Bears another chance, but they still couldn't finish. In the 2-minute drill, penalties short-circuited momentum, including back-to-back false starts that stalled the drive entirely. The left tackle competition remains an active storyline. Ozzie Trapillo started the day's first reps with the starters, followed by Braxton Jones rotating in. Later, Theo Benedict saw some first-team action, which is notable considering his status coming into camp. His reps are partly due to Kiran Magaji's injury, but his performance is making a case for a roster spot. Tight ends had a productive day, particularly for backup quarterback Tyson Bagent, who will start Sunday's preseason opener. Rookie Colston Loveland caught 2 touchdowns from Bagent, one of which went for 50 yards. His ability to create separation against linebackers and safeties has stood out all camp. The running back rotation saw Kyle Monangai taking some first-team snaps in the absence of Roshan Johnson. Monangai's decisive style and ability to hit the hole quickly give the Bears another dependable option should injuries linger. In short, the offense is showing the kind of moments that make you believe in the ceiling, but they're also showing why patience is still necessary. This is a system that requires mastery of details, and mastery doesn't happen overnight. If you watch this practice without knowing the context, you might have thought the Bears' defense was in midseason form while the Dolphins' offense was still in Otis. That's how one-sided the matchup felt at times. From the opening whistle, the Bears' defense dictated the tempo. On the Dolphins' second pass attempt of team drills, Jaquan Brisker jumped a route for an interception, setting a physical tone. Moments later, Tremaine Edmonds grabbed another pick in the red zone, reading quarterback Tua Tagovailoa perfectly and jumping the throw with a clear lane to the end zone. The play of the day on defense, though, belonged to Kevin Byard. On a snap where the Dolphins tried to get a quick completion out wide, corner Kyrie Wright got a hand up to deflect the pass. The ball popped into the air, and Byard tracked it perfectly for an interception. It was the kind of heads-up play you expect from a veteran safety. Wright's performance deserves more than a passing mention. He wasn't just breaking up passes, he was challenging every route in his vicinity. Multiple pass deflections, tight man coverage, and an aggressive mindset have him firmly on the right side of the roster bubble and possibly pushing for a starting role if his trajectory continues. The secondary's physicality clearly rattled Miami's receivers. The Bears' press coverage disrupted timing so severely that Tagovailoa often had to look off his first read, leading to awkward, off-schedule throws. Against a quarterback who thrives on rhythm, this was a textbook defensive game plan. Tariq Stevenson added to the highlight reel with a perfectly timed hit on Jalen Waddle during a screen attempt. Stevenson fought through a blocker, possibly Larry Borum, and met Waddle just as the ball arrived, forcing him to the turf. Waddle got up slowly, and a minor scuffle broke out afterward. Stevenson's energy is infectious, though it's a fine line between aggression and drawing penalties. Up front, the Bears' pass rush was relentless. Rookie Austin Booker overpowered Miami's left tackle, Patrick Paul, in a rep that had the sideline buzzing. Dominique Robinson built on a strong previous day with another series of winning reps, perhaps signaling a breakthrough in his development. Montez Sweat recorded a sack. Andrew Billings returned quickly after a brief limp off, and the defensive front consistently closed running lanes before they could develop. Defensive coordinator Dennis Allen's system is built on disruption, both at the line of scrimmage and in receivers' routes. By playing physical, press man coverage, and combining it with a pass rush that forces hurried throws, the Bears are forcing opposing offenses to win under constant pressure. The takeaway from this joint practice is simple. This defense isn't just solid, it has the potential to be elite. If a second pass rusher opposite Sweat continues to emerge, this could be a top 5 unit by year's end. Before listening to the latest news, subscribe to the channel, like it, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's move on to the new news. Training camp injuries can derail momentum, but the Bears came away from this session with mostly positive news. Right tackle Darnell Wright returned to full participation just a day after leaving practice. Corner Kyler Garden was held out of team drills but worked individually, suggesting his absence is precautionary. Still out are Jalen Johnson, Karan Magaji, Zay Frazier personal reasons, Shamar Turner ankle, Doug Kramer, and Rashan Johnson. As for Sunday's preseason opener against Miami, Ben Johnson confirmed what many expected. Most starters, including Caleb Williams, will not play. His logic is that joint practices provide higher quality reps without the injury risk. The 2s and 3s, players fighting for roster spots or starting jobs, will get the bulk of game action. That said, there's an argument for having Williams take at least a few series, not to test his stat line, but to rehearse the operation. Game day cadence, headset communication, huddle management, and pre-snap adjustments are all different in a live stadium environment. Johnson hinted the starters could play later in the preseason, possibly against Kansas City. One storyline worth tracking Sunday is the left tackle rotation. Trapillo and Jones will both play, and how they handle live action could tilt the competition. Also, keep an eye on Colston Loveland, who has been a consistent red zone target in camp and could push for a larger role earlier than expected. While the Bears Stadium project in Arlington Heights remains a long-term conversation, Kevin Warren reaffirmed progress is ongoing. Weekly meetings are happening, but the focus for the football side is firmly on preparing for Week 1. Stadium debates will matter down the line. For now, the Bears are locked in on the field. The conclusion from this practice is clear: defense, dominant, disciplined, and deep. The offense flashes of big play potential but still ironing out execution details. Outlook: if this defense starts the season the way it's playing now, the Bears could win early season games even as the offense climbs the learning curve. Patience may be the word for the offense, but urgency is already here for the defense, and that combination could make 2025 a fascinating year in Chicago.